Okay, on the list of unhinged things I've done, this is probably not even that bad, but I'm in the middle of work right now, and I was inspired by some comments people were making about how they don't like Conrad from The Summer I Turned Pretty, which is basically my new obsession, and I found it very unfair, and I was bored, so a couple nights ago, I sat and made a whole ass PowerPoint, and I just thought I'd present it to you guys while working. Yeah, I even wore a little suit, but whatever. We're gonna do that. Okay. I've not posted on my YouTube channel in a while, so don't worry about it. Hi again. I'm alive. I'm alive and well. I washed my hair, so it's looking kind of cute right now. And I have some snacks for myself, so hopefully that doesn't. No. Okay, I only have a little bit of time, so this is really putting a dampener on things. Okay, I gave up. Ooh, these are pretty good. I got it from Daiso, but I've had them at H Mart before too, or Walmart, one of the two. Okay. Let's get started. So today's topic is gonna be why do I, and when I say I specifically, I mean why do I love Conrad Fisher? Sorry, this is too low. And this is a very personal analysis. There we go. This is a very personal analysis into myself and why I specifically love Conrad Fisher. Why, don't even worry about it. No spoilers yet. But it's like if you're a coworker, this is probably it's a little too much trauma dumping. So you guys are in for a treat. Let's see. Understanding Conrad through understanding me. Oh, disclaimer, yeah. This is gonna have some spoilers. I've watched up to season 3, episode 4, and if you have not seen that far, the only reason you should be watching this is if you don't care, or or I don't know, if you hate yourself. Okay, I'll give you guys like a second to click away if you want, and that second is over. So yeah, up to season 3, episode 4, Jeremiah's like proposed to Belly already, and I think at the end of episode 4 is when Conrad tells Jeremiah that he's okay being the fucking best man, which ridiculous by the way. Also, I don't understand how any of you are Team Jeremiah. Like it's literally like it makes no sense to me, but whatever. Okay, so Conrad Fisher's fuckassery. Who is this man? What does he do? Right? He is the older of 2 brothers, Conrad and Jeremiah, of course, the Fisher brothers. And they're not Fishers, they're just very rich boys. They are Belly. Belly's the main character, right? They're her childhood family friends. And because their moms were, besties. I mean, a little bit more maybe, but I don't know. And her longtime crush, Belly's longtime crush, has been Conrad ever since she was young. Season 1, what happens is Conrad constantly pushes Belly away, denies his feelings for her. He can't he can't handle his own emotions. That's why, But at the very end of the season, they do get together. At the end of season 2, he and Belly date for a while and then break up during her prom because he can't communicate his own feelings. He's like going through a lot. I mean, his mom is dying. Spoiler, like his mom has cancer, and he can't bring himself to like open up and like tell her, oh, I'm going through it, blah blah blah. So Belly instead assumes, oh my god, this guy does not give a fuck about me, and then they break up. Season 3 is Jeremiah and Belly are now officially together, and he's lost Belly, but he can't bring himself to forget her, and it seems like there might be something there from Belly's end too. And yeah, things are a bit fucked, but we'll see. I've not watched the rest of this season yet. I mean, it's not even out yet, so yeah. New episode tonight, I think. Yeah, this is who they are. Jeremiah, Conrad, Belly, whatever. Why Team Conrad? So, duh. Like, I have never not been Team Conrad. Like, at the very beginning of the first season, I was like, okay, well, she shouldn't give him that much attention, because, like, clearly this guy's, like, kind of being annoying. But come on, it's like so obvious that they're like, I don't know. meant for each other, right? Anyway, so it was never competition for me because he has great hair. There was supposed to be another picture here. I don't know where it went. He has great hair. He's intelligent. He's the intelligent one. Okay, I think he and Belly's older brother Steven are the two like intelligent characters on the show, and I like both of them. He's sweet, of course. He's a tortured soul. You're getting that brooding shit. It's appealing. It's mysterious. It's everything. He's a passionate lover. I mean, I don't mean lover like that, okay? But like he clearly is very passionate about Belly. And their love story is a little bit more dramatic and intense. And like, I mean, come on. It's the guy that she can't forget, can't seem to move on from. And then for him, it's the girl he can't have. It's a great story. Obviously, I'm Team Conrad. Brooding, moody, sexy. The wiser. Okay, as season 3, he's definitely the wiser choice because Jeremiah is like a frat boy, stupid, whatever. Anyway, yeah, as I listed these, right, so I was asking myself, why am I Team Conrad? Because, like, a few of my friends are Team Jeremiah, or don't like Conrad. And that's when I realized that's where the hair photo went. Okay, who is Conrad? Conrad Fisher is me. Okay, okay, let me explain. We are both a menace. Okay, I actually that was a very long animation, and I was not expecting that. But we are both menaces, and I am Conrad Fisher. Maybe that's why I feel so strongly for the guy, right? Who is Conrad, and why is he me? He is like the embodiment of like the mature older sibling vibe, right? Like that's his trope. He's responsible, he's reliable, the pillar of support and strength. As soon as like they're losing the house in season 2, everybody's relying on Conrad to figure something out, right? He's always in charge, always knows what to do, or at least has to put on a brave front, right? He has a strong sense of duty to family and relationships. That's why he feels so like, I mean, he feels both guilty and like responsible for Jeremiah, for Belly. He's a strong sense of guilt, a strong sense of right and wrong, right? And these are all very like pivotal tropes to understanding his character. And he's intense, which is also, a big part of his personality. Like he feels emotions really deeply, right? Like he's not a shallow sort of person. He's not like he's really not a fuckboy. He's not like frivolous. Like I think a lot of people refer to Jeremiah as a golden retriever, and thankfully Conrad is not a golden retriever. He's more like a loyal dog, like a dog with a job, and he's a tortured soul. He's not stupid, right? There's a lot going on up there at all times. Very, very overthinking, tortured soul sort of person. And it's a constant battle between emotional and logical. I like that he's not just like a logical robot type of character. I feel like that's a lot of people you meet in real life, and I'm not a fan of that. I think he's healthily, like, or rather, like, he just has a lot of emotions. He's sensitive. He's loyal, possibly to a fault. I mean, towards Jeremiah, towards, whatever. He has difficulty letting things go and moving on, right? Like a big overthinker, I feel like, and also just like feels so intensely. Obviously, this is in regards to both Belly and then also like other stuff. But yeah, that is a big part of his personality as well. And then achievement as a distraction, right? So he does like, especially like by the time like season 3 comes around, you see that he really is like a bit of an overachiever, and it is a coping mechanism. He's trying to distract himself, and how does he do that? He does it by being like a workaholic. So that's his character, right? And yeah, why is Conrad me? A big reason why Conrad is me is because of the avoidance, right? Like as soon as I saw some of these traits, especially season 2, season 3, I was like, damn, okay. This is the deep blow, okay? But he has a lot of difficulty communicating feelings. He's really good at repressing his own emotions, and will eat his own shoe before, like, will not rely on other people. Like whatever happens, he doesn't want to like ask others for help. He doesn't want to rely on Belly for despite the fact that they are together, like, to help cope. He has a hard time relying on the adults in the show. And like a big thing he does is like even when like, he has to confront Belly at the end of season 2 and be like, hey, like, why are you with my brother? He pretty much gives up immediately because he's afraid of being like a burden. He doesn't want to like burden Belly with the thought that, oh my God, like she's gonna feel guilty because of this. No, she should be happy, you know? Yeah, and it's this grandiose sense of like the self-sacrificial, like, oh no, I'm duty bound, like I have to be like the peacekeeper here because you know, I'm the bigger person, it's on me. And that is honestly really annoying to Belly, right? The fact that he can't even, you know, say like, no, don't pick him, pick me, you know, because he doesn't want either party to be upset, and he thinks that, you know, she'll be happier with Jeremiah. Yeah, he'll suffer in silence. Oh yeah, this is the thing. Big on self-punishment. It is stupid because like clearly he and Belly have feelings for each other, right? But they are big on self-punishment in this regard. And the self-loathing, of course. Like, Conrad, come on, get a grip. Um, and then their relationship dynamic. Why are they mean, right? He's a certified yearner. Ah, okay, season three, the yearning is actually off the charts. It's amazing, and that is why I am watching the show, right? The yearning is amazing. And I think the actor does like a pretty good job. I think the writers did a good job of kind of like making him out to be like a big yearner. It would have sucked if he was like, you know, moving on really quickly and like sleeping with a bunch of girls just to get over her. That's annoying. No, he stayed true. He's a lover. I feel like, you know, there's like a lover and fighter. Like you gotta fight for your love, blah blah, blah, right? So he should learn to be more of a fighter for his own emotions for Belly. And he connects and feels very deeply for her. He knows that like what he had with her was like rare, you know, precious. It was true. And yeah, he could never cheat. Yeah, he could never cheat, right? Duh. Um. Anyway, he's reliable. Always shows up when it counts, right? Like, for instance, the fucking mm, the Deb ball. Oh my God, duh. Like, you know, obviously they're like fighting, not talking, blah blah blah. But as soon as Belly needs him, he's there, right? That is so cute. And he's weak. He can't stay angry. He can't see her sad. Like, you know. Um, and I too have a hard time holding on to grudges. Like I literally remember in college, there was a girl that like I wanted to, for my own mental health avoid, and I had a notes app list detailing why I should not talk to her, because every time she would talk to me, I would be like, oh my God, yeah, but we're friends, like, oh, like how could I stay mad at her? Why was I even mad at her in the first place? And like I would keep doing that, and then, you know, interacting with her, and then being like, oh right, that's why I was mad at her. Um, so there was a literal notes app meant to dissuade me, and did it work? Not really, right? And there's many examples of that. But sorry, random, but detour. That is Conrad and Belly's dynamic. Yeah, and this motherfucker, he is big on self-sabotage. He's always a little too repressed, always a little too late, always fucking up somehow, and then obviously he fucks up majorly, which is why, you know, end of season two. Important brooding nuance, because I keep hearing a lot of shit about this guy, and I would like to disagree. Conrad is scared and he's stressed, but he's not a coward idiot. Okay, like that is a lot of other brooding heroes, but that's not him. Yeah, hesitation is bad, right? But unfortunately for him, there is nothing he can do. Like like Belly chose Jeremiah. Like he can't just act in a way that's gonna like change her mind per se. Like, you know, like, um, or rather he can't force his hand. He can't force her to do something. And he wouldn't, because he's a gentleman, right? Like he's the type of person who wants the best for her, who wants her to be happy with her choice. He doesn't want to like confuse her, or upset her. So yeah, it makes sense. It's just fucked. Like he just has to deal with it, right? The burden is unfortunately on him. His lack of ability to communicate is his Achilles heel, and not other traits, is what I would say. Like he's brooding. He's not like an asshole. Other brooding heroes, notable mentions. Anthony Bridgerton is a coward idiot. I absolutely love him. Okay, if you guys know anything about me, it's that season 2 of Bridgerton is one of my favorite like one of my favorite romance shows, because the chemistry is just so good. That being said, I would not wish Kate's situation on anyone because he's a coward idiot. Everything that goes wrong in that show is because of him, because he literally can't fathom being with someone he loves. That's how fucked it is. And yeah, everything is his fault, and he doesn't even really fix it. Like it's more Edwina who does the fixing, right? Like, if nothing, if Edwina did nothing, he would have been married to the wrong girl, right? That's loser shit. That is literally loser shit. So he's a coward and an idiot. Okay. Mr. Darcy, socially incompetent, not a coward idiot, but also I would say a step above the other two. He's socially incompetent, which is why he's a brooding hero. Like he's like literally incompetent, can't doesn't understand how people work, right? He is an adult. Also, he is like the oldest of the lot. Like he's almost 30. I don't know. I'd like to assume he's not that old. But anyway, he loves the most openly. He changes himself because he wants to like better himself, you know, just to gain Elizabeth's respect, right? And he's definitely the best of the three. I would put Anthony at in third, Conrad second, because he's a kid. You know, he's like learning. I feel like he could eventually be a Darcy type. But Conrad obviously is way more suave and has social know-how. Darcy, unfortunately, is just a little bit of a socially incompetent idiot. I love him to death, though. He is definitely the best of the three. Most other brooding heroes are terrible because they are nonchalant as fuck. There's a lot of examples up here, and you can look through them, but you even like the reason that these three men that I mentioned before stand out to me are because they're big yearners. They really love the characters that they're paired up with. Everyone else, and they act in generally in the best interest of those characters. A lot of these other characters don't, and they are brooding, but that's just because they're annoying. And Conrad is there we go. He's not an asshole. He's thoughtful. He's sensitive. He's well-intentioned. He's just a kid, and he's also going through a lot. Like, mind you, his mother is dying and then dies, and that's a lot to go through. Okay, he's actively learning and growing. You know, he's in therapy. He's actually trying. Like, I would say, like, self-awareness and effort goes a lot farther than somebody who like is magically already like the perfect guy, which Jeremiah is not. But yes, that's that. Conrad and I, how are we different? Okay. I'm older and therefore wiser. Of course, like I said, Conrad is growing. Season one, Conrad is really not me, I would say. Like he's still someone I'd be into, but like I'm not that suave with a lot of romantic prospects and like understanding people and stuff. And he's kind of annoying, right? Season one, like he can kind of be mean because he can't. Okay, like sometimes I have done shit like that, so I understand, but maybe not to the extent that he does. But you know, it's a story. Season 2 and 3, Conrad is a different story altogether. That's why I made this PowerPoint. Yeah, I have an emotional support network of good friends now that I've built over time because I know that I'm bad at expressing my emotions, right? I've gotten better at that too, right? Like trials of fire, you wouldn't believe. But I'm pretty good at, you know, conflict repair and confrontation, or have gotten better at it. So maybe just from like a more mature angle. Like Conrad is just like a baby version, is what I would say. Yeah, Connie's getting there when it comes to being a fighter. And if I was in his shoes, though, I do not know what the fuck I would do because that is like truly like a lot of things that would like trigger your avoidance and all that. Like he is in the worst possible situation, and I feel so badly for him. And I honestly think I would react very similarly if I was in his shoes. And I feel so bad for him. Oh, unfortunately for the both of us, Conrad's behavior cost him his girl. Yes, and good for Belly. I agree. Like if I was Belly, I mean Belly's like a whole different side of the story, right? But yeah, like they needed the space. So if I was Belly, I would not have taken him back right away either. But yeah, Jerry was a disgusting trash, so whatever. Yeah, this man has shown growth since, and I would say divine intervention is bringing them back, right, this season. The rest, I mean, really is up to Belly's character, but yeah, another thing that I was talking to a friend about was she mentioned like, oh, Belly doesn't deserve season 3 Conrad, like he's improved so much, and then the question was, does Belly deserve season 3 Conrad? And my response to that is that you're asking the wrong question. It is not necessarily about what they deserve. Conrad deserves what he wants. You know what I mean? Like I think Conrad has grown to the point where he kind of, like you know, it's like does he deserve Belly? Whatever. Does he deserve what he wants? Yes. And he will deserve her if he has like yeah the ability and the chutzpah to like pursue her, right? And same for Belly. Like, does she deserve Conrad? I mean, she will deserve exactly what she settles for. She will go for what she thinks she deserves, and she will deserve what she wants, or what she thinks she's worth. So I'm hoping that answer is Conrad, and I don't know, it's gonna be him, but whatever. But that brought me to a different question. Like, when it comes to these like avoidant brooding types, is divine intervention the only way that they can get their romantic interest, right? For someone like Conrad, is it doomed, right? Why do I say this? If Jeremiah was the perfect boyfriend, Conrad doesn't stand a fucking chance, right? Like, there's no way in hell he's getting Belly back, because yes, like, she has all these like lingering feelings for him, but if Jeremiah was perfect, I think she would eventually get over him, right? So is the divine intervention, the fact that Jeremiah is fucking up multiple times, is that the only way that he can be with someone he loves? But is that necessarily a bad thing? I was thinking, like, when it comes to something like love, true love, and connection, is it governed by something like destiny or by fate? I think it's a mix of both. So I think it's unlikely, like, it's unlikely that you will that you'll be able to force yourself into like a situation where you feel that kind of like true love sort of situation, right? Like, you can't calculate true love. But it is also like impossible for like, so there's that emotional aspect, but without the effort, without the intention, the ability to change, you can't maintain that true love feeling, right? Like, everyone's gonna fall out of love with someone that doesn't treat them well, right? Which is why maintaining the love requires some effort, some intention, changing. So I would say that it's both a feeling and an act, and then the biggest component at the end of it is luck, right? Like, that's the divine intervention portion. Like, there is fate and destiny, right? Like, for Conrad, like, Jeremiah fucked up, and now Belly kind of has like, her horizon has been broadened again to include him. But but if he wasn't actively trying to be a better person, Belly probably would not be choosing him either, right? Like, he would not be swaying her because of the fact that he would still be that 17-year-old boy who like broke her heart, right? But yeah, those with the will to mold destiny will shape it to their desires. Or die trying, poor Conrad's not getting over her anytime soon. But he should try harder, in my opinion. Which brings me to my wishes for Conrad. Okay, like, in season 3, what do I hope he can accomplish? First, I really love that they showed that he's in therapy, because I don't know, I think a lot of men should be in therapy, but he specifically should confront some of those issues he has with Belly and his emotional avoidance, and I'm hoping his self-esteem improves and he realizes how important he is, how much power he really has in this situation. I hope he gets better at confrontation, because he's really good at avoiding, and I think he needs to do a little bit more to not just feel, like, yearning is one thing, like, you can feel something, but you also got to show your love. So I think he has to do that for Belly, and confess. Motherfucker, he needs to confess. He needs to repair their relationship and confess. I've not watched like the 3 episodes that have been out since episode 4, so I don't know if he's doing any of that, but I'm hoping he does. And he needs to like rely on other people. I think Steven specifically was in his corner last season, which is why like I think he might be a good option, because he's rooting for his bestie, right? And he knows that Jeremiah is like not really worth shit. So I'm hoping Steven is the one he can lean on. He needs to give it his best effort. This is a big thing. Like, even in season 2, he like assumed she's happy. He assumes she's like closed off to Jeremiah, when it's a bit more complicated than that, right? So I think he needs to like relinquish the power, and just be upfront, and then let her do the deciding too, because it's a two-way street. He can't just shut himself off, assuming that Belly's gonna say no, or Belly's gonna leave him, or whatever. And then he needs to trust himself to be okay if that's the case, right? Because right now, what he's going through is pretty much torture, like mental torture. If I was in his position, I would be fucking suffering. Like, he has no family he can rely on, and reliably tell these feelings to, right? Um, and yeah, like it brings me to this thing where it's like, oh yeah, like he has to trust himself to be okay that it doesn't work out, and that brings me to this like thing that I think I read online, but I like, I mean, I'm paraphrasing it here, but the bird that lands on the branch being, you know, whatever relationship, has faith in its wings and not the branch. As in, if the branch snaps, the bird has faith that, hey, my wings work. Like, if the branch snaps, I can fly away and I'll be fine. That's what he has to do. That's like security. That's like, you know, the confidence, the self-esteem, the faith that he needs. And he will have when he's older, or as he's growing. But yes, my overall thoughts. I think he's a great guy. I can completely see why Belly's in love with him. I would also love someone like that because he's honestly like the best guy in the show in my opinion. I mean, Steven is also great in my opinion, but Conrad is he's better. He's intelligent, hardworking, very value driven, very responsible, reliable. Reliable. He's getting there. But he's a yearning simp. Okay, name me a freak like that. He really does love Belly. He deserves to get what he wants, so I'm hoping that happens. You know, I'm sure it will. But my God, I've been talking so much. But I'm really hoping that happens. Oh, and this PowerPoint just reminded me why I'm fucked, because angsty men will always be more desirable brooding men because women have empathy. Yeah, that's a big point. That's a big point. But that is a side note. And yes, I hope Fate is as kind as a fictional teen romance. I hope Fate is as kind as a fictional teen romance show's narrative. I mean, in real life, because you know everyone should be happy, and there should be sunshine and rainbows and sparkles falling out of everyone's butts. But yes, I'm gonna go touch grass now because that was a very long presentation, and I hope you enjoyed it. Oh my God, I love this question. Just kidding. Nobody asked me to do this. So regardless, I hope you guys enjoyed this rambling presentation. I made this myself in the middle of the night, so I have problems clearly, but I will say I love Conrad. I love the show, and yes, I see a lot of myself in him. Oh my God, this Zoom is diabolical. Yes, and I don't know. I'm like, as I made this PowerPoint, I was like, wow, I've really like, I'm so self-aware, and I've like grown so much, you know, like which is true because I'm 25 now, right? That's a pretty serious number to be. So yeah, I have not seen the YouTube channel in a while, and if you're a longtime subscriber, aka a friend of mine that I've not talked to in a while, hi. Hope you're doing well. And I hope you continue to do well, or you know, I hope you find whatever, like a belly Conrad type of true love someday. Anyway, that's all I had to say. I should go back to work now. Bye bye.